Thank you for joining. I'm just trying to fix my camera here. Okay, so thank you for your patience. Welcome to Dharma Yoga practice. As always, please practice according to your condition and your abilities. Feel free to do the variations if you're comfortable, familiar with the practice and know them. Otherwise, please go to practice according to your abilities and comfort level and respect your limitations. On that note, let's begin the practice. So let's sit tall and supreme, close the eyes, bring the attention inward. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything we need is already within. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you're everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. Om Namah Shivaya. I bow to the inner light. Shivaya. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we always have a strong desire for the knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other, only peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Start off with pure fire pranayama. Imagine you being purified from the inside out. All the purifying effects coming all the way up through the body, up the spine to the crown. Exhale, let all the impurities out with the breath. So the technique is breathing in through both nostrils, hold the breath for 12, you plug both the nostrils, apply the throat in a root lock, exhale out through the left side. And remember that the main purifier is the ethical rules, adherence to the ethical rules. So when we're acting in accordance to those ethical rules, you attract all the good circumstances, all the good karma towards you. Left hand in Yana Mudra, second finger and thumb connected on the left knee. On the other hand, Vishnu Mudra, second, third fingers fold down towards the palm. When you turn a palm towards you, it's no longer Vishnu Mudra, it's the mudra that we use for pranayama. The thumb for the right nostril, right ring finger for the left. For the breath retention, ensure that you are raising the chest up on the inhale so that when you hold your breath, you can bring your chin onto your chest without hunching the back. You have to keep the back very straight. The chin comes to the chest for the throat lock, the tongue through the roof of the mouth behind the teeth, and this will seal off the lock completely. It's the tension at the space between the eyebrows. For the root lock, which you do through the breath retention as well, imagine you're lifting the whole pelvic floor up and up towards, pressing it up towards the navel and towards the back end, the back of the body. So pull everything up, contract those muscles. Okay, so the count is 4 on the inhale, 12 on the breath retention, and 8 on the exhale. So we'll do 5 rounds. Breathe out completely, sit up tall. Inhale through both nostrils, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath, chin on the chest, third eye attention, 2, 3, 4. Throat lock, root lock, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out to the left side, release the locks gradually. Breathe out, 3, 4, 5. Be completely empty by the 8th count. 7, 8. Inhale again, fully. 3, raise the chest. 4, hold the breath. 2, apply the throat to the root lock again. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out to the left side. 3, 4, 5. Even breath out. 7, 8. Again, inhale. Hold the breath. Everything stops, all the mind fluctuations, body movements, and emotions as though they were frozen. 10, 11, 12. Exhale out to the left side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. Inhale. Hold. Really create a lot of tension in your throat and the root area, but the mind remains completely quiet, unaffected, undisturbed, unjudging. Exhale out to the left side. One more. Inhale. 3, 4. Hold for 12. Exhale out to the left side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release. So now we'll do color breathing. Imagine that the Om is made up of all different colors, vibrations, and sounds in the universe. We're breaking them up, that Om, into some of its constituent parts. to concentrate the power of that area, of that sound, vibration, and color. So you concentrate on the color in different areas of the body, you direct all your attention there, and this will bring all the prana there. And if you also direct an intention of healing in that area, that will bring about healing effects as well in yourself and perhaps in others. So imagine you're sharing the benefits with all beings. They're feeling it through your body. So you just allow the breath to carry the sound through until you run out of breath. Stand up, hands in Yana Mudra on the knees, starting at the lower three chakras, at the base of the spine, the sacral area, and the navel. The color is red. Inhale the sound ah. Even after the sound disappears, continue to feel vibrations. Imagine the effects are still taking place. Now, the heart, the color is green, the sound is you, a higher pitch this time. Bring about emotional and physical healing of the heart. Inhale. You. Go to the base of the throat. Next, the color is blue. Sound is so. Inhale. Just a reminder as well, your throat is open. Make sure that only loving, kind words coming out of it are always coming out of it. Next, the space between the eyebrows. The sound is E, the color, another shade of blue. This is also co-located with the pituitary gland, which is a hub with the whole endocrine system. So imagine you're bringing healing effects to the whole endocrine system, all the glands in the body. Inhale. Stay in that area. We're going to still keep the attention of the space between the eyebrows. Next sound is sun, S-U-N. Concentrate on the vibrations produced by the N sound so as to produce these strong vibrations that will dislodge all the impurities from wherever they're sitting in the body. Eventually carry them out into the bloodstream and out of the body. Sound is sun again. About the pitch of a female honeybee. Inhale. Sun. Do that again with the visualization of the color, which I forgot to say the first time. Indigo. Inhale. Sun. Sound is sum, S-U-M. Color is violet. The vibration produced by that sound and through the pressing of the lips, the buzzing sensation will help to bring about mental sharpness. Pick a pitch again that you can feel at the crown. Inhale. Sum. Keep your attention now on the infinite being that's within and all around. And try to see the infinite being, the divine essence, which we call God, in all forms through the practice. Think of every posture as an offering, a divine gift to God, with the God that's within. Now let's come to standing. So I'm going to start off with some warm-ups just to prepare the body for the practice. Start to swing from one side to the other. Feel as though the arms are heavy ropes hitting the body. And then slow it down. Bring the hands on the hips. Circle the head. Make large circles as possible. The ears touching the shoulders. The chin to the chest. Back of the head on the top of the back. And then other way. Try to see keep your eyes on the floor no matter where the head is in its rotation. And now, right arm swings forward. Loosen up the shoulder joint. Go backwards after 4. And keep switching after each 4 cycles. And then back. Left arm. And backwards. Make as though you're winding up to throw a ball. Forward again. And then go backwards. And then release. Arms up over the head. Take hold of the opposite elbows. Pull to your left. Come up, go to the other side. Try not to make any folds in the underside of the body at the waist. Come up, go to the other side again. Feel a stretch all along the right side of the body. Come up and go to the other side. And then coming up. Now little circles over the head. Tracing circles over the head with most of the head, neck, and shoulders moving. Only, but then start to make the circles larger, the chest and the upper back coming into the movement. And then if you feel apt to do so, the whole torso circles. Tracing large circles in front of the body like a windmill. Always moving according to your condition, coming up. And then reverse direction, again starting small. And then gradually getting larger, chest and upper back coming into the movement. And finally, whole torso circles. And then coming back up. Release the arms, shake out the wrists, move the fingers very, very rapidly, like you had no control over the hands. They're moving all by themselves. And up and down like the wings of a hummingbird, very, very rapidly again. Good. And now from here, arms out to the side, swing the right leg back and forth if you want. You can bring your left hand on a wall. Throw the leg back. Try to come forward a little bit as the leg comes up so you can get the knee right to the shoulder. And then the other side. And then release. Now, arms by sides of the body, head down, and humility pose. 6 counts to come up. Inhale, start to lift the arms. Then lift the heels, lift the hands up over the head. Exhale down, 2, 3, and lower the heels, 2, 3. Inhale, rise up gracefully. Come up high. Exhale, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. Pushing through with your toes. Inhale. Rise up tall. engage the muscles in the core. Exhale, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. Try to move with control and grace. 2, 3, all the way up, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, and down, 2, 3. The head back down onto your chest in a gesture of humility. Stay in this mindset of humbleness throughout the practice. Do the practice as though you're divine duty to all beings everywhere. Renounce all the fruits. Let go of all expectations and all attachments to the results. Now come to the front of the mat. Hands to the heart center. Surya Namaskara. Raise your arms up over the head. Reach up high. Fold forward and down. Chest on the thighs, head down. Right foot back, lower down the knee, drop down to the seat. Come into the high plank. Lower the knees down, the seat all the way back behind the heels. Brush the nose as you come forward into cobra. Roll the shoulders back, arch the back. Take the head over your seat. If you can, take the seat all the way back again. Come forward. Pull at the floor with your arms as you're trying to pull the floor towards you to propel yourself forward with more power and ease. One more time. Bring the seat all the way back. Glide forward. Roll the shoulders back. Take the head up and back. Roll over your toes. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat, allow the head to come down below the arms. Then the right foot steps forward. If you can't get your foot there, lower the back knee. If your foot still doesn't make it there, you can slide your foot forward with your right hand. Push the seat in. And then bring the feet together, Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up, arch back. Hands back to the heart. Remember, practice according to your condition and your abilities. Reach up and back. Fold forward and down into Uttanasana. Left foot back. Lower down through the seat. Into the plank. The knees down, the seat all the way back. Try to copy the movement of the snake. Imagine you had boundless range of motion. Take the seat back. Copy it mentally as well. The snake. Be regal and wise, just like the serpent. And take the seat all the way back. And then copy it spiritually. Tap into all its divine qualities. 3 times blessed are those who can imitate the teacher, the form. Mentally, spiritually, and physically. Take the seat all the way up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Then the left foot steps forward to the hands quietly. Feet come together, Uttanasana. Bow to the legs, the gesture of humbleness. Come right up, arch back. Hands back to the heart. Don't worry about the breath, just move the body in a way that allows the breath to remain steady and uniform. Pull the body down. The breath will figure out what to do and deliver more ease and power and grace. The right foot back into the plank. Lower down the knees, the seat all the way back. Glide forward. This time as your hips come to your hands, push into your hands and the tops of the feet, lift the hips and knees away from the ground. Upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Allow the heart to melt in every sense. Then the right foot steps forward to the hands. Feet come together, Uttanasana again. Bow to your legs, gesture of humility. Come right up to standing. And back home, Pranamasana. Go up and back again. Engage the buttocks and the upper back as you go into your back bend to support you in the movement. Uttanasana. Left foot back. Into the plank. The knees down, the seat all the way back. Come forward again. If you can, push your hips and knees away from the ground. Upward facing dog. Back into downward facing dog. Now the left foot steps forward. Feet come together. Uttanasana. Pull the body down onto your legs. Rise up to standing. Back home. Building on each one. Watch the body moving. Bury your mind deep in the heart. Watch body moving with even more steadiness, grace, and ease. Right foot back. Keep the back knee lifted this time. Back leg stays strong. Into the plank. From here, chaturanga. Come down in one piece. One line from heel to the top of the head. and swing right into upward facing dog. Now here, take a moment, bend the toes under, see if you can pulse a little bit. Imagine trying to fold the body in half. Toes go with the body, the trunk out of the hips, the neck out of the shoulders. Try not to create any folds in the lower back or the back of the neck. Make like a dog howling at the moon. Now push into your toes, tuck your chin in, back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. See if you can pulse here as well. Try to get your chest closer to the ground. Try to avoid bending your arms at the elbows. Keep a nice line from the fingers all the way to your seat. Nice smooth curve. Make like a dog, stretching its back. And now the right foot steps forward, back knee stays lifted. And feet together, Uttanasana. Pull the body down onto your legs. Right into upward facing, standing salutes. Hands back to the heart. Raise your arms up again. Go forward and down. Uttanasana. Chest on the thighs, head down. Left foot back. Again, keep the back leg strong and straight. No dropping of the knee to the ground if you can. Into the plank. Lower the body down. From heels to your top head, one straight line. Into upward facing dog. This time transitioning between two poses. Be like a shapeshifter, moving to your forms gracefully. Round your back and sink your heart, coming into downward facing dog and roll all the way forward again immediately. Pushing your heart up into your shoulder blades and then out through the center of the chest. Back the other way now. Push into your knuckles and your toes. Return. Melt the heart. One more time. Coming forward. Into upward facing dog. Back the other way. Push into your knuckles and toes. Lift your seat. And back into downward facing dog. Stay here for a moment. Look like a dog. Big, stretching its back. And just exhibit the loyalty of the dog to its master. Embrace all the beautiful qualities of all forms. And now bring the left foot forward. Back leg stays strong. Back knee lifted. Into the plank. Uttanasana. Body to the legs. Head down. Come right up to standing. Come back home. Hands to the heart. And again, another variation. Raise your arms up. Arch back. Fold the body down. As you come down, bend your knees. Bring your belly onto your thighs. Join your hands behind the back. And see if you can push your body into your legs. Try to get your legs straighter. Your seat over the heels. Maybe your hands come over your head, over your shoulders, maybe in front of the head even. Good. Imagine your chest is going below the knees. And now look forward. Keep your weight on your left leg. Right foot goes back. Flatten out the toes. Swing your arms right up into Kapiyasana. Pull your arms all the way back behind the head. Arch back. And from here, bring the hands right back down. Bend the toes under on the right foot and bring the left leg all the way up. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. You come forward, keep your leg up if you can, hovering just above your shoulders. And then your shoulders over the wrist. And now come down, elbows close to the body. If you need to bring your knee down at the same time as your chest is coming down, go ahead. The toes touch when the chest comes down. And then right into upward facing dog. Roll back into downward facing dog. All the moves connected like a divine dance of devotion. Raise your right leg up. Send the foot between the hands softly. Landing without a sound. Lower the knee down, sit down to the seat. Kapiyasana again. Pull the arms back behind the head. Reach back, fingers over the toes. Or imagine they can. Don't worry if they don't. Swing your arms back. Lean your body into your front leg and bring your left foot in to meet the right. Uttanasana. And come all the way up to standing. Reach up over the head. And then back home. Pranamasana. One more like that. Raise your arms up. Go down. Imagine your shapeshifter moving between the forms effortlessly. Your belly on your thighs. Push your legs back if you can. And try not to detach your body from the legs. Hands come over your head. Now look forward. Keep your weight on your right foot. Left foot goes back. Without touching your fingers to the ground if possible, swing your arms all the way up into Kapiyasana. pull the arms back, make a crescent shape with your body, crescent shape move. And then come back down, hands down. And then from here, right leg comes all the way up into Ekapada Ardha Savasana. If you can, keep your leg up as you come forward, shoulders over the fingertips. Lower down, press your heel, the base of the toes, and then heels your palms, lower your chest down. The right foot follows, and then come up into upward facing dog. Roll over your toes back into downward facing dog. Remember, make the modifications you need to make it accessible to you. Left foot comes up. Three-legged dog, and step the foot between your hands, shoulders over the wrists, the fingers so that the foot lands without a sound. Back knee down. Raise your arms up over the head, arch back. And then from here, break the pose. Bring the belly forward onto your front leg. Join your hands behind the back without touching your hands to the ground. And then take your hands over your head, maybe in front of your head, Uttanasana. And then from here, come all the way up to standing. Reach up over the head, arch back. Then come back home. Take pause here for a moment. From the heart, inhale all the love from the heart up to the crown. Keep your attention there at the crown. Imagine all your love going there and out to all beings everywhere. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in divine love towards all beings everywhere. Now release the hands. Continue. Ballet pose. Standing on your left foot. Pick up the right heel from the inside if you can, and take your foot out to the side, to the right. Fingers and toes on the same line. Might look like a letter T, with your toes and fingers at the side of the shoulders. More flexible, bring the foot up higher. Lean to your left a little bit. If you're having trouble, straighten your leg. You can hold onto the knee and press out through the inner edge of that right foot. Flex the foot to keep your balance a little bit better. Good. If you lose it, just remain unjudging, unconcerned. Just do your best. Try again. Good. Now from here, engage your leg muscles. Hold the breath. Then let go of the foot if you can without dropping the foot. If possible. Good. Now keep your leg muscles engaged. Lean to your left as you bring your leg down. Right into eagle if you can. Bend your left knee. Rest your belly on your thigh. If at any point you lose your balance, you can just take your fingertips down to the ground. Imagine you're a gliding eagle skimming the ocean, the surface of the ocean. You have to create the image in your mind and become that image. And then press into your left foot if you can, right up into ballet pose again. Keep your gaze steady, your breath even, and then perhaps the movements will come with more ease and steadiness. If it doesn't happen quite the way you played out, be unconcerned, just do your best. And then come back down. It's the effort that's most important, not the result. Press down to the right foot. Again, it's all out of devotion to all beings. Take hold of the inside of the left heel. Bring the leg out to the side again at the height, according to according to your abilities. Maybe up higher, close to the shoulder. Lean a little bit to your right. Keep the toes and fingers roughly on the same line. Good. Now hold the breath. Engage leg muscles. Try not to drop the foot as you let go of it. And then keep the control, keep your leg muscles engaged as you swing it down. If you can, try not to touch the ground in between. Right into gliding eagle. You can bring your belly on your thigh, the head comes about the height of the knee. Bring your left foot up as high as you can so it's higher than the head. Imagine you're swooping down from a great height like an eagle soaring down from a great height, at great speed. Now press into right foot, hold your breath. Sometimes helps as you're trying to make the transition so they stay controlled. Right back into ballet pose again. challenge yourself once in a while. Go to the edge of your potential. Otherwise, you stay in the same place for 20 years, you'll still be in the same place in your practice as you are today. And then from here, release, take the foot down. Good, so let's try another one. Go to the side. Ardha Chandrasana. Left foot steps forward, bend down, take your left hand forward. Not too close. At least over a foot away, maybe about 14 to 16 inches. Raise your right leg up, open up to the right. If you can't get your hand to the ground without hunching forward, you can bring a block underneath your hand or something. Or if you need to, if you can't do that, you can come onto your knee and do it from here. Okay, so lots different options. Go according to your abilities and flexibility. Open up, try to get your right foot up higher. Shoulders and hips stacked on top of one another. Now from here, if you like, bend your left knee, bend your right foot close to your seat, take hold of the foot, push the foot up and back, and then straighten out your left leg again. Sometimes as you bend your left knee, your standing leg, it's a little bit easier to come into the position. Now from here, if you like, you can look forward. Make sure your hip is over the heel. And then hold your breath. So you can take your left hand to the heart again. This is just an option. If you're flexed, if you want, you have good balance, you can take hold of your foot with your left hand as well and push it up. Arch the back. Break the pose. Bring the heel in towards the seat. Release the right leg. Come back up. Try it on the other side now. Right foot steps forward, lean down, fingers come down. Give yourself distance so you can keep your body nice and extended. Nice long lines. Left leg comes up, left arm comes out. Open up to your left. Point the toes. Try to get your leg up as high as you can. Good, you can stay here or bend your left leg again, bend your right knee. Take hold of the foot while it's close to your seat, and then really flex your foot. Push with your ankle into your hand, and push the knee up towards the sky. Push the foot away from your body. You can stay here, or you can look forward. Slowly turning to look forward. Right hip over the heel, and see if you can hold your breath. Take your hand to your heart, or if you want to take the foot, pull the foot close to your seat again. And push the ankle into your hands. Engage the leg muscles above and below the knee. Break the pose. Bring the heel back down and the left foot back down. Good. Now come back to the middle of the mat, facing out the long edge of the mat. Fingertips come together, height to the elbows and the shoulders. Jump your feet and arms apart. Look to your left. Turn to your left for your Virabhadrasana 2. Get down nice and low. Try to get your hips nice and low so that your right hand swings down. You might be able to even touch the ground. Again, according to your abilities, of course. Now from here, you can bring your left hand down. Right arm goes over the head, Parshvakonasana. If you're higher, if your hip is a little bit higher than the knee, you can just keep your arm resting on your right forearm. But keep the nice line from the foot all the way to the hand. Make sure your hip is not jutting up. So sink your hip a little bit. If you have other variations, go ahead. You can take the right hand behind your back and bring it onto your thigh, or you can drop your left shoulder all the way down, just below the line of the knee. And take your hands behind, join your hands behind your left thigh, against the outside of the thigh, right beside your hip, not over the seat. Good. Those who want a little bit more of a challenge, you can see if you can bring weight into your left foot, lean back a little bit so you can bring the right foot in a little bit more. From here, you can see if you can lift your right toes up off the ground. Maybe so you can take your leg all the way up. You have to have your hip over your foot. too much, you can do Ardha Chandrasana again. Release the bind. And then coming back down. From here, turn to the front. If you can, try to keep your knee up off the ground, right arm up. And then swing down to your left, take your elbow outside of the thigh. You can have your hands in prayer. Your left hand pushes into right, and as you push your left hand into right, the belly comes over the thigh, and then you roll the left shoulder all the way back. Turn your chest and face up. If you can take a bind. You can use your left hand to guide the hand, the right arm underneath the leg. Throw your left arm over the back. Join hands underneath the belly. If you need to, you just lower your knee down. Pull the left shoulder all the way back. Good. One more variation here if you like. Press your into your left foot to get your right foot in a little bit closer. Left hip over the left heel again. So you might be able to raise a right leg up, or even just take your toes up off the ground. If it's too much, right hand comes in front of the foot, and then do it without the binds. Do it this way. Now break the pose, bring the right foot down, slide your right toes back, and then if you can, if your hips are low, you can drop onto the right hip in a right form, roll back to your left, and try to get your hips to come all the way down. Feel as though they're made of lead. And when the hips are anchored down, the rest of the body will follow more easily. Eventually the pelvis comes down, the belly, eventually the chest right down. So make sure that your knee's not either falling out to the side like this, or that this is happening. Move your foot out so that the knee is over the foot. If your hips are very high up off, so you can do it like this, or you can stand your hands if your hips are not close to the ground at all. But just keep on trying to sag your hips down. Think of doing a cobra pose. Keep lengthening. The more you lengthen, maybe the body will come closer to the ground. If you're flat on the ground, your shoulder is probably on the foot. Now come out of the pose, come back onto your hands. Do it this way, so bend the toes under, lift the back knee up off the ground, come back to the center and come up. Go to the other side now, to the right. Come forward with a sense of purpose and determination, like the warrior that never hesitates to do their duty. Into Paschimottanasana. So either with this form here, with the arm on the leg, or on the ground if you can. Either way, remember, you're not jutting your seat up. This looks a little bit more like triangle. So drop your seat down, and then from here you can take other variations. Left hand can go underneath your leg, over your, behind your back and onto your thigh, or your right arm goes underneath your right leg. Join your hands. So you can see from here, your hand is beside your hip, not over the seat, so this shouldn't be happening. Okay, it's a little bit too much of a reach. And pull the left shoulder back. Now from here, if you want, you can press the right into the right foot. Send your left hip back a little bit so you can bring your left foot forward a little bit more easily. And see if you can lift your left toes up off the ground. You have to lean your weight, fall towards your toes a little bit. Eventually be able to get your left leg up. Hold the breath. And come back down. From here, turn forward. Lift the back heel up. Left arm up. Angle your body toward your leg towards your left, so you can take your arm to outside the leg. The armpit sitting on your knee, outside the knee. Right hand pushes into your left. As you push down, notice how the belly comes up higher. And you keep on trying to bring the center of the chest to your thumb. Roll the right shoulder back. If you need to bring the right knee, left knee down, go ahead. If you want to take a bind, go ahead. Right arm goes over the back. Your hands join underneath the belly. You can use your left hand again to push the arm through and pull the head out from underneath. A little bit more. All these different tricks come with practice, come the exploration of the forms. Revere all forms, love all forms. Take the right shoulder all the way back. Break the pose, bring the hands back down to the ground. Right foot moves out to the edge of the mat. Slide the left toes back as far as you can so that your hips already start closer to the ground. Fall to your left so you can get your left hip to anchor down on left forearm and then roll back to the right and start to make your way forward. Imagine your hips are attracted to the ground by a large, strong magnet. The rest of the body will follow. If you're right on the chest, you can just allow your shoulder to rest on the foot. You can bring your arm to the outside of the foot as well to give yourself more space to lie down. Be like a lizard, just sunning yourself on a warm earth, merge with the forms. Good, now coming back. This way here. Right now from here, lift the back knee up off the ground, spin towards the long edge of the mat. Arms out to the side and come up. Easy Chakasana. I'm gonna have to turn around again. So pull your heels in, hands to the seat, bend your knees come over your toes. Push your hips forward, hands on the seat, push into the seat and down. Allow the head to go back. If you want, you can slide your hands down the backs of your legs. Land them on just below the knees and the thumbs come. Use your hands to rotate your thighs outwards and your shins inward at the same time. Press the heels of your palms into the backs of the legs. Those who can go even further. Maybe you can step on your fingers with your heels, those who are very flexible. Push your hips forward and up a little bit more to straighten your legs. And then come back up. Press your hands, walk them back up the legs, onto your seat, push into your seat, pull down, tuck your chin in, and come all the way up. Arms out to this side, and then bow down. Pull your heels out so their edges of your feet are parallel to the short ends of the mat. Come down, you can take hold of the ankles, or you can step on your hands, your fingers with the edges of your feet. So you can pull your head right between, in the same line as your feet. Your body is between your legs. More flexible, try to get your head a little bit further in, so the back of the head is in line with your heels. Your chest might even go behind your legs. Now from here, if you like, you can come into headstand. If your head's on the ground, you can move your hands in tripod or wherever you like, maybe even in front if you're more able-bodied. You can see if you can press up, press into your fingertips, hold your breath, and bring your legs up. Okay, so if you're doing it, you can't quite get your legs to straddle up, do the hip flexibility, you can bring your hands behind your heels and then walk your feet back behind your wrists. Land your knees just under the knees against your elbows and see if you can pull your toes away from the ground. You can just do this. Eventually you might be able to get your feet up higher, and you can approach it. You can come up from a tuck. You bring your knees back, your feet close to your seat, and up, or split your legs. So lots of different options here. You can even explore, just moving your legs around, just trying to get comfortable without losing your balance, without losing your focus. Keep your attention on the space between your eyebrows. Be like the wind is watching everything. Okay. And then start to make your way down. If you're up in headstand, softly, with control, engage your leg muscles, your core as you come closer to the ground so that You can place your feet down where they started. Arms up to the side, come all the way up. One more easy Trikonasana. Pull your heels in, hands to your seat, and go back. So if you can't go down very far, don't worry about it, just do your best. Go according to your comfort level and don't go too fast. Take it nice and slow. Slowly roll your head back. If you want, you can take your hands again, slide them down the backs of your legs, just underneath the knees. Those of you who are more advanced, if you can see the ground easily, you can take one arm over your head and then the other. Urdhva Dhanurasana. And come back from Urdhva Dhanurasana, come onto your fingertips if you're in that pose. One arm back, just underneath the knee again, from where they started, and the other one. You push one hand firmly into the back of the leg so that the other hand comes back easily, and then the rest of us, including you, walk your way back up. Press into your seat, come back up. Arms out to the side, bend your knees, jump your feet back together. Stand tall like a mountain, formidable, unshakable, and unmovable in your devotion to the practice. From the heart center, inhale up to the crown. Send your love out to all beings again. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in divine love towards all. Good. Now from here, coming into Vasisthasana. So if you feel comfortable, you can fall into your plank. Make sure if you have wrist issues, obviously modify. You can come down onto your knees and make your way into plank. If you want to fall into plank, you can do that as well. So again, according to your abilities. So hold your breath, bring your hands out into start, and then push into your toes and land in your plank. Vasisthasana. Move your left hand more in front of your nose. You can keep your ankles crossed if you like. Right arm over top of the other one, straight line. You can stack your feet on top of one another if you like. If you need to modify, lower your left knee down to the ground. Or lower down onto your forearm if your wrist is the issue, is compromised. Come back to plank. Go to the other side. The right hand comes more to the left. Again into your plank. Nice straight lines, hand to hand. Come back to plank. Lower your knees down. The seat back. You can either sit on your heels or between your heels if you have the ability. Move your hands back. Tilt your hips forward. Lift your seat if you like. Curl the tail under and then allow your head to drop back. If you're more flexible, come onto your forearms. If you can come all the way onto your back, go ahead. So you can, lots of different variations or levels here, depending again on your flexibility. This pose helps to soften your knees. Breathe in. Breathe out, let go of all fatigue, all struggles. Now, slowly make your way back. Bring your hands back onto your feet. Press against the heels. Dig into the elbows. Lift your chin up into the chest. And make your way up. One more round of Vasisthasana. Come into plank again. And if you're going to take other advanced variations, I would suggest actually going to downward facing dog and moving from there. This way your hips are already up. So from here, you bring your left hand, on your left hand, left foot first, bring your left hand towards the right, come into your Vasisthasana, push your hips up, and slide the right toes back. Plant your base left toes down, right toes down, move the left foot in a little bit. Make sure the foot is not 90 degrees, it's about 45 degrees along with in the same line as your leg. The base of the big toe is pressing down, your left arm is fully extended, and then you can take your right knee up more easily. Catch the knee, catch the foot if you have the reach. Push your hips up. If your foot's turned at 90 degrees, your foot is very to the leg, then it will be harder to get the inside edge of the foot down, and then harder to keep your balance. Now release, come back. Keep your left arm extended, your hips up as you come back, down facing dog. Go to the other direction now. The right hand comes towards the left. Spin towards the left. Keep your hips up, and then slide your left toes back. Move the right foot in again as well. Okay, a little bit. The toes follow the same line as your leg. 45 degrees. Push your hips all the way up as though you're trying to get your hip over your knee or your foot even. And then you might be able to take your knee up. Eventually the foot. Push firmly into the inside of the foot. Push into the right hand. The hand, notice, is a little bit in front of the shoulder so that you're not dropping into your shoulder. You can keep your right arm fully extended. Break the pose. Left foot back down. If you do that variation and back into downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften. Now from here, bring the body back into plank. Lower the right knee down. Swing the foot out towards the left. The left knee comes in behind your right. And come back as seated. Sit between your heels. If this is too much, you can't get both sides of the seat down, you can just sit on a block, raise your seat up a little bit at the height of the knees, or you can just swing to your left and keep your left leg extended. Your knees still stay on top of one another, so that's a couple of different modifications. Right arm up, take your left elbow to the hand to the elbow, and then push the elbow up higher and push it back behind your head. Use the back of the head to anchor the arm in place. And then if you have the mobility, take your left arm up the back. Join your hands together and pull the hands down towards the lower back. Try to get your left elbow underneath the right. Bring your head up. Again, make a gesture like you're saying, I'm yours. Take me, grant me higher devotion. Chin in, bring the right arm down, shake out if you need to, then coming back into your plank position. Try again, left knee down, swing the foot out towards the right, and the right knee comes in behind, right in behind, tuck it right against the back of the left knee, and then again, sit tall, sitting between heels, make sure you're not sitting on your feet. Raise your seat up with a block if you need to. Left arm comes up. Push the elbow up nice and high, and then push it back further behind the head. The fingers walk further down the back of the body, between your shoulder blades, and if you want, bring your right hand up to meet it. Lift the gaze. Drop your shoulders down, make sure you don't lose your neck. Sit up tall. Be supreme. Elbow down. Good. Now from here, untangle your legs. Another try at inversions, headstand. So if you know what you're doing, go ahead. You go right into it. If you're very uncomfortable doing inversions, and having your feet up off the ground, you just bring your forehead down in front of your knees. Lift your seat up. Try to get your hips over your knees. And then you feel some pressure on the back of the head towards the back of the neck. If it's too much, just move your head forward so that you're more on the top of the head and don't feel quite as much on the back of the neck. Push the belly button up, and so you're trying to push it right through the back of the body, through the lower back, and that heart comes between your shoulder blades. So you can stay there if you want. We'll go further. Come onto your fingertips. Your wrists are facing towards you, your fingers equal distance apart. You have lots of strength when you're pushing into your fingertips.
Walk your hands out a little bit more so they'll be on the edge of the mat, and bring your seat up. Walk your feet towards your body. And then I like to have one leg up, if you feel comfortable, one leg up and behind your back, the foot hanging down towards the seat. And this gives you a nice open position. When your legs are split, you can hold your pose a little bit more easily. You have better balance. So you can lift your right heel, your front heel all the way up, press into your fingertips, hold the breath, and pull your toes away from the ground again. You can always bring your foot down, it's right there. If you feel comfortable, eventually keep pushing through the back foot until your feet are at the same height as the hips. Okay, if it's too much, you can do it from your forearms. If it's too much pressure for your head. Those of you who are already in a pose, do whatever you want. You can do a lotus pose if you want. Try to bring your mind into quietness, whatever you're doing, whether you're transitioning between poses or staying still. Keep your mind fixed on the attention of the space between your eyebrows. If you're doing it for your forearms, your elbows are underneath your shoulders. Don't move your elbows, you can hold them easily. And then bring your hands in front. Bring your head between your palms. And you distribute the weight between your forearms and your head, but mostly on the forearms, so that when you're squeezing the head with the heels, your palms. Again, you do the same thing. You press your heel up off the ground. You feel a little bit of a tilt, so your hips come over your shoulders. So the back foot is close to your seat, hanging like a low hanging fruit, and then just pull the front toes up off the mat. You have to keep pushing through the forearms. So if your back tends to hunch, sometimes if you have tight shoulders or tight hips, your back will round and it might be harder to come into this position. So this is why you have the different options with your hands apart, in tripod or beside your head if you can. You have to keep pushing with the foot that's behind you. Now, slowly start to make your way back down with control. If your legs are split, land one foot down and then the other. Come back into child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. Roll your way up. Good. Now take your legs out in front. Scooch to the front of the mat. Going to go into cloud pose. So from here, you're just going to roll back, push into your arms and send your feet behind your head if you can. If you want to rest here, you can stay here. See if you move your arms behind your back a little bit more, join your hands. When your wrists come together, your elbows come close, your arms are pretty much all the way behind your back, and you can take your hands on your back, fingers facing towards the sky, and then bring one leg up at a time, coming into shoulder stand, Shavasana. Take your time to try to get that first leg up very high, so the toes are over the shoulders. If it's too much, if your arms don't quite go behind your back, your elbows are to the side a little bit more, you can just keep your legs at an angle. You can even keep your knees close to your shoulders. Stay sort of in like a semi plow with your feet on or just hovering above the ground. Those of you who are in shoulder stand want to take other variations, go ahead. If you're wearing the top of your shoulders, you might be able to take your arms up onto your thighs as well. Or if you have a lotus, go into your lotus. It makes your mind more one-pointed. If you have your legs in lotus, try to push your knees higher than your hips. You have to push your hips forward a little bit. Prepare for cloud pose again, or if you can, if your legs are in lotus, Pindasana. Bring your thighs against your body. If you can take a bind, you may go ahead. Your arms go around the outside of the legs. You join your hands underneath your seat. If you don't have a lotus, just do your plow again. Come down with control, try not to let your legs hit the ground, feet hit the ground heavily. You can either stay in plow or move your knees down beside your head, your thighs against your body. Nothing to do, nowhere to go deeper within beyond the body or mind and the emotions. Your amenities. And now from here, start to make your way down. Your hands behind your back. And then keep your legs attached to your body as long as you can. The hands are down on the ground, the palms flat on the ground. And once your seat is on the wrists, keep lowering your legs until they're about halfway down. Stop when they're about at 45 degrees. Now lift your back up off the ground. Move your elbows closer in towards one another, right underneath your heart. Keep your legs charged. If it's too much, keep your legs up, bring it all the way down. Fish pose. Keep your chest high, bring your top head to the ground. And be very fast and nose like a sniffing dog. From here, keep your head where it is, just bring your feet close to your seat. Move your hands out from underneath and beside your head. Now those of you who can, come into half Urdhva Dhanurasana, lift your seat up and slide your head back a little bit more. So you're on top of the head, your head is behind your hands, and turn your hands around, fingers facing towards the heels now. If it's too much, come into bridge pose. Just the back head's on the ground and you're on top of the shoulders and you can do this pose. Okay, so you can stay there. Those in with your head on the ground, top of the head on the ground. If you can, hold your breath, lift up your head from the ground. Urdhva Dhanurasana. And then here, just do whatever you want. Rock back and forth. Stay in the pose a little bit. Try to explore the pose. Try to get your arms and legs straighter. Advanced practitioners, again, explore your variations. You can see if you can come up and back down. Press into your fingertips. I didn't do that very well, so let's try that again. Open up your legs a little bit more. Point your toes out, just like we did in Easy Chakrasana. Bend your knees so your head is close to the ground. And arms are ready to come down. So you can, if you can see the floor easily, you'll be able to come into this pose. To come back up, come onto your fingertips, press your hips forward, hold your breath, and then come back up. Okay, so these are just variations in bridge pose. If you're in bridge pose, see if you can stay there. One more breath. You want to come up again and back, go ahead. Press into your feet. Fly hips forward. You have your hands closer to your feet. The body just wants to come back up naturally because it's not in a natural way. And then come back again. Arms over the head. Hold your breath. Come down. And now come back onto your mat, onto your back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Remove all fatigue. Relax. Drop all fatigue out of the body. Imagine you just fainted. Now from here, arms over the head, roll up to seated position. But now from here, tortoise pose. Bring your feet beyond the edges of the mat and then slide forward. See if you get your forearms underneath your legs. Your elbows moving out beyond your legs and take hold of the heels, just the outside of your feet close to your heels. See if you can, possible to try to get your belly down closer to the ground. Those of you who are flexible, you have your shoulders, if your shoulders are lower than the knees, you can do a full pose. I'll move my feet in a little bit if you're doing Karmasana, so that when you bring your arms back, your legs are more on the tops of your arms, closer to your shoulders as opposed to elbows. So if your elbows are free, you can join your hands over your back as well. Move according to your condition. Take your attention to the base of the spine. And your attention here might attract all the blood to that area and wash that area out. Feel the pulsation there. Break the pose, take your arms up from underneath. From here, take your hands, if you can, to the inside of the heels and slide your legs out to the side. Try to get your chest down. So if you're not quite as flexible, you can move your hands a little bit not on the heels. If you can't take your heels, if you can't get your legs straight when you're taking on heels, you move your arms in a little bit. Okay, so onto your shins, and then just keep on trying to move forward. Imagine you're doing almost a cobra. You're leading with the heart. Eventually, you want to get your belly down first, not the head. Okay, so then you're very flexible. You can push your heels out a little bit further and come down flat. Getting ready to come back, press into your hands and come back. So now from here, bend your knees, bring your left leg out in front, your right leg. As you take your foot and just swing it out to the side a few times. Compass pose. We're getting ready for compass pose. Now bring your foot in both hands and push the knee back behind your body. Keep the foot back, your knee all the way back, and bring your right arm in front of your leg. Allow your right arm to sit on the back of the leg close to the knee. And if you can, take hold of the heel and push it up and back. Or if you're more flexible, you can turn your hand out a little bit, turn your fingers out, take hold of the outer edge of the foot and pull it up. If you can't get your legs straight, take a strap around the foot and then just extend your leg as best as you can. So go ahead. Lean back. Try not to hunch forward. Open up your chest. And then from here, allow your leg to hang over your arm, close to the shoulders as possible. Bend your left knee. Bring your hands forward to your fingers in line with your knee, almost. And then lean forward, push into your hands, straighten out your arms, push right into the ground. Your seat might come up, and then hold your breath, take your foot up off the ground. Another way to do it is cross your left ankle over the right, lean forward, push into the back knee of the right arm, and you might be able to get up more easily. You eventually want to turn your chest to look down and shoot your legs out to the side. And come back, as Dharmaji says, not important. So the other leg now. Take your left foot, swing it out from side to side. Take the foot in both hands and push it back behind your body. Try to make as though you're trying to get your knee to the ground behind your back. Then keep it there, and then bring your left arm in front. And allow the left back of the shoulder, the arm to sit on the back of the leg, just against the knee. And if you can, you take your hand, turn your fingers out, left fingers out, and take your right hand to the foot and try to push it up, either by the heel or the outer edge of the foot, or a strap again if you need. And try to get your leg all the way back. This is preparation to get your leg behind your head, which some of you might be able to do. You tuck your chin in, you pull the foot towards, push the foot behind. This way you want to have the leg as far back behind your shoulder as possible. You bring head forward, you pull the foot towards the right, and you can get your leg behind your head. Just like that. And then from here, release. Hang your right leg, your left leg over the arm. Lean forward. You can do this pose. Your fingertips in line with your knee. You have to lean forward, push into your hands, straighten your arms, hold your breath so your seat comes up off the ground. And then it's not so much of a big deal to take your right heel up off the ground. You have to engage your leg muscles in your core. Imagine you're pulling the pelvic floor up, or cross your right ankle over the left. It's a little bit easier. You make your body more compact. Push into the back of the knee with your left shoulder and lift your feet up. Turn your chest, flatten your body so your head and your chest, your seat are all in the same line. And then come back down. Release. Good. Now come onto your belly. Rest for a moment. Forehead on the hands. Just wiggle your hips a little bit. Make ready for cobra. Hands underneath the shoulders, or if you're feeling this is more your level, you can take your hands, take hold of the front edges of the mat, keep your hips, your legs, your thighs, your feet anchored down, lift your chest up, push your chest forward away from your seat, drop your shoulders down, feel heavy through the lower body and the forearms like a great sphinx statue that's stood the test of time. Eventually you can lift your elbows up off the mat, try to curve your back a little bit more, and gradually bring your inner edge of the feet together to look like a tail of a snake, and scoot your hands a little bit closer bit by bit. Get a little bit more extension each time you move your hands. Try to keep on pushing your chest forward and up away from the seat so you don't crunch your lower back. Do it slowly, gradually, your chest forward. If you're more flexible, you can come onto your fingertips. If you can get your hands right beside your hips, you can bring your head back, then the whole torso is up off the ground, just from the tops of the legs up. Open up your feet if you like, and then bend your legs, bring your toes up towards the head, point the toes. If you're on your fingertips, you have more height. They're right beside your hips, you'll be able to come up high. Break the pose. Come back down. The same as you entered. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Good. All right. So let's try one more back bend. Scorpion on the forearms. So you want to have it so that your elbows are a little bit closer in than your shoulders. And then your fingers are spread, so they're sort of start beside your head, so like moose antlers. Okay, so you can start with your head on the ground or off the ground, depending on your ability. And you can even do it against a wall or a chair if you like. Imagine that this is my wall. So bring your seat back, close onto your heels like you're doing child's pose. Your elbows are underneath your shoulders. Make sure you don't move your elbows. You should be able to take them easily, then move your hands. Spread your fingers, and then from here you lift one foot on the wall or on the seat of the chair, and see if you can keep one leg over your back or behind your back. Flex your foot, keep your feet flexed to keep your legs active, your core active. Okay, so you can do it from here. You can also start with your head on the ground first, and then press your head up off the ground, pushing into your arms. If you don't need the wall and the chair, just do it with without, if you want to come into scorpion, eventually advanced practitioners, you push one foot into the other, you have to bring your head forward a little bit. And if one foot pushing into the other, or the foot on the knee, on the thigh actually works well. Come back up. And rest in child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. All right. One more try. Dharma sometimes has us work in this pose for 3 minutes. So go ahead. You can try other poses, other back bends if you like. So you can do a bow pose if you like, if you'd rather, or any type of tiger pose if you like. So if you don't want to do the forearm stance anymore, you can do this kind of thing. You can take hold of the foot and pull the foot up. If I bend the toes under and the back foot, might be a little bit easier. Okay, so this is a nice pose here, like this. And of course you do the other side. So again, do according your pose, make it an offering. Other options, you can do bow pose. Come onto your belly. Take hold of your ankles. Even one leg at a time. Bring one arm across the body, across the front of your chest, the front of your chest. Pull one leg up. Keep holding onto your leg strong, and then bend your other leg up. Take hold of the foot. Sometimes it's easier to come up from on one side first, and then rock on your belly if you like. Back bends are amazing poses. They make the spine supple and strong, and a better conduit. Make the spine a better conduit of the energy. 30 more seconds. Any pose, any back bend. Slowly come out. Relax. If you don't hold the poses long enough, then you don't, as Dharmaji says, you don't make progress as rapidly. So just try. Surrender to the pose, merge with the form. Eventually you will find the ease too when you imagine those beings that you're representing at ease. Make your way back up to seated. And then Adho Matsyendrasana. So you can fold the left leg in. The foot is beside your right hip, and your left foot comes on the outside of the knee. If this is too much, if your hips can't get both come down easily, your seat is sort of tilted, you can just bring your left leg in front, extended, move the right foot out in this case, beyond the knee, closer to the ankle. And then the left hand comes up, right arm right down the center of the back, and push your forearm against the side. Lift through the lower back, push the lower back up and in with the right arm. Turn to the right. You want to take any kind of variation you can. You might be able to take your left arm underneath your leg. Lean forward, tilt to your right a little bit, and you get your right arm underneath. Take the bind. You can do this with your legs bound, in the full pose as well, with your foot beside your seat. So lots of different options again. start to imagine a twist. Feel the twist starting at the base of the hips, working all its way up. So it's not just the eyes that turn. Actively push the left back the arm against the outside of the right leg so that you give yourself a little bit of resistance as you twist. And then release, change your legs around. Go again. Again, your right leg can be extended. So it's not just hanging out here like this, okay? So you're pushing against the knee. Imagine trying to get your right knee beyond the left knee beyond the right edge of the body. You actively push out through that right heel if it's extended. You pull the belly away from the thighs, you're not crushing your abdomen. You lengthen as you inhale, you twist more on your exhale. Break the pose, come onto your back. Gently make your way down. No big heavy thuds on the ground as you come down. Softly. And just relax here. Learn to relax instantaneously. Let go of all tension, all effort. Rest. Imagine now, as a result of offering up your practice, that all the best effects are coming out to you to heal the body, to make the body strong, radiantly healthy, so you can continue to your mission of spreading love and joy and peace to all beings. Trying to get everybody on the same page, all moving towards self-realization as the ultimate goal, where we see sameness everywhere. Imagine a world where all beings feel and see no separation, no differences between each other, all loving towards one another, no sense of higher or lower. We're all the same, all helping one another to attain that goal of self-realization, where we are able to let go or not be affected by pain and suffering. But that comes as a result of pain and suffering of identifying too much of the body and mind, not knowing the laws of karma. Everything is perfect and everything's happening in accordance to the divine plan. Be grateful for all experiences. Be grateful for this beautiful, strong body you've been given to do the practice on behalf of others who can't, to deliver benefits to them as well. Always remember that how you're feeling is to an extent affecting everybody. So you feel good and loving towards all, then others will feel it through you. Now prepare to carry that out in the world now, in your day-to-day life, in all your interactions. Prepare to sit again, always in a mindful, gentle, and reverent and silent way. We'll
goes with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace within, send out to all beings everywhere. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. Have a wonderful